Man, I'm trash in these two exercises. It's it's unbelievable to me how bad I am at them. And when I speak to other people who maybe squat less or maybe just a little bit above me, they're like, "There's no way, Ivan, you can't do more. Something's wrong there." They can't believe how crap I am in the belt squat machine and how crap I am in the hack squat machine. I don't really know what's going on with that. Maybe that's got something to do with my hip pain going back, and I don't know. I sit there and I'm like, this same machine that I have at home, the belt squat machine. I go online, I see dudes, they're ripping out like crazy amount of weight, and I'm like, God damn, man. Like, why am I struggling with a single plate? Like, it's almost funny to me. Like, I walk this thing out, unhook it, and I'm like, why is this so freaking difficult? Today is my dedicated leg day, if you will. Where I do my accessories. The belt squat machine is very rare to find. Lucky I have one, right? So I did that at home, and then I drove to the gym with the idea that I wanted to try the hack squat machine. So the belt squat and the hack squat machine today was on the menu. I was already fried before I even got to the gym, to be honest, after doing the belt squat machine for a number of sets. And you saw that I only pulled one plate and a half. So what's that, 40, 50, 60 kilos. 60 kilos all up in the belt squat machine, and I'm getting smashed. I was doing a set of 10. 60 kilos. Now, I don't know what the implement itself, the belt squat machine, the whole structure of how much that weighs, but it can't be much more, right? It's not going to be 200 damn kilos. So it's still very, very low. But doing, I think I did 3 sets. Oh my God. I did 3 sets of 10 kilos, 3 sets of 10 with 60 kilos on the belt squat machine, and now I had jelly legs. Got in the car, struggled to drive the freaking car to the gym and, working the clutch. Got there, tried to squat, and I got to 140, and I'm like, yeah, nah, like this is, like I'm spent. Then I went over to the hack squat machine, and I started just no weight in the thing. And I was like, damn, this is, like, I don't know why I'm horrible at this. Even more so than the belt squat machine. I think I had the same amount of weight. So 1 plate and a half, I reckon, was the top set. And that's all I did for sets of 10. I think I did 5 sets of that. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like absolutely spent. The quads are spent. And, whether you like it or not, man, you can talk about theoretical physics all you want, but eventually you have to step back and be like, okay, let's have a simple look at this. And the simple look at this is, I suck at 2 exercises which are predominantly a quad exercise. Like, I suck at them. I see guys who are much, much weaker than me repping out much more. That is bizarre to me. Now, obviously, the hack squat is a very new thing for me. Like, I've not spent a lot of time in that in my life. The belt squat machine, I've had it for about, I want to say 2 months now, something like that. And I've done a fair few sessions dedicated only to this thing. And so it's not a completely new thing for me. But from day one, when I got the belt squat machine, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was thinking, okay, 2, 3 plates, do sets of 10. Like, that's what I'm kind of thinking to myself. Dude, the first session, I got pinned to the ground with 2 plates. Like, I did 1 plate, and I'm like, okay, that's really hard. Then I thought, nah, surely, like, the 2 plates is not going to be much harder. Oh my God. The moment I unracked it, I was like, what the hell is going on here? My knees can't handle it. I just sink into it. Like, I can't resist the eccentric. And then it becomes like an upper body pull me up kind of thing. It's just, I don't know, like, taking these 2 exercises into consideration and working out my hypothesis, my diagnosis, it has to mean something, man. These 2 exercises are different, but they are very similar in what they are trying to get you to do. The belt squat machine completely removes the upper body out of it, the back completely out of it. The weight is on your hips. So you can lean forward, you can lean back, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. The weight's hanging off your hips. The quads must be the primary movers. They have to extend and get you up. You can lean over as much as you want. It's not going to help you much, man. It's not going to help you much. The glutes can't get you out of this position. It needs to be a leg extension effort. With the hack squat, well, Your back is fixed to this freaking pad. You can't lean forward. You're locked in into a plane of movement, plane of motion that is 100% isolating your quads. And what do I feel on both of those machines? The moment I start to fatigue, and it's heavy from get-go, but the moment I start to fatigue, I start to feel like I'm going on my tippy toes. Now, that's interesting. That is really interesting, because that is exactly what I feel when I'm squatting. I go into my tippy toes when the weight gets heavy. And as I shift my body weight to my tippy toes, obviously the bar travels forward, my ass shoots back to kind of counterbalance this whole thing. And then all of a sudden I'm like way out of the hitting zone, and then I have to dump it behind. Or quickly, over the years I've kind of realized that is a non-salvageable position to even try and catch something that is so freaking beyond your toes. The bar is shifting so far forward that it's like you're getting screwed hardcore. So then I just dump it back. So I've heard a few people talk about when your squats are going onto your tippy toes, or where the weight shifts forward, it's your quads that are weak. But in the belt squat machine, the more I go into my tippy toes, the more I feel like I'm getting into my quads, right? Because there's no bar on my back. So it's kind of like the body's going into a tippy toes and making it even more so a quad. That's something I don't understand. It doesn't quite intuitively make sense to me. But now that I have the hack squat machine and the belt squat machine telling me the same thing, I'm going to my tippy toes more and more as I start to fatigue. And that's a pretty accurate discussion, right? It's the quads. It's the quads. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, I cannot believe that I'm able to squat 200 plus kilos and my quads are this weak. A plate and a half on a belt squat machine and a hack squat machine, and I'm tapping out. So my quads are worth a plate and a half, and yet I'm able to squat damn near 4.5 plates. So my posterior chain makes up 2.5 plates, 3 plates. So my quads are doing 25% of the workload. Jesus Christ. And now, like, you see yourself, you videotape yourself, you've done 5 years of videotaping yourself, and you continuously see this, posture happening over and over again. You're like, damn, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And then you go into a few exercises which are solely targeting one freaking muscle group for the most part, and you suck. My God, you don't have to be an Einstein or a Nikola Tesla to work this shit out, dude. You suck at belt squats, you suck at hack squats, and you lean over in the freaking squat. My friend, you don't have to be a theoretical physicist to work this shit out. Can't get more simple than that. And that is the beauty of doing these, accessories, experimenting all the time. Like Louis Simmons used to say, man, just do 100 freaking exercises, work the shit out. The crap you're really good at, that you're really bad at, put that all in a basket and try and see whether there's a pattern forming with all these weak exercises that you've tried. Is there a pattern there? Right? Is there a pattern? Well, there is a pattern in these two things. And let's say, what's another really quad dominant exercise? I'm thinking front squat, but I'm pretty freaking good with front squats. And that's the thing where I don't understand. How the hell am I good at front squats, man? Like, I hit 185 on the front squat, which is like, what is it, 85% of my max? On back squat? Something like that. What the hell is that, man? I don't understand how good I'm with front squats. Even though, like, there is a lean in the front squat, I still manage to get it up. It's weird. That's where I, like, start to kind of question everything. But then I always go back, okay, belt squats, hack squats, shit. Leaning over in the squat and the front squat, these two things are linked. Even though I somehow managed to do the front squat, I have plenty of evidence now. Plenty of evidence. And I'll tell you another story. Oh my God. A family member of mine, like my brother-in-law, cyclist, many years cycling up freaking through the hills here. If you're from Adelaide, Norton Summit, Eagle on the Hill, like all that stuff, he'll climb up all that stuff like nobody's business on a bike. He's got a really fancy bike. He's been cycling for years. He came over one night and we were messing around and we were coming in my garage, blah, 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 blah. And I had like 3 plates stacked onto the leg extension on my bench. leg extension attachment. And he, as we were chatting away of something completely unrelated, he just got in there with one leg and just started repping it out with one leg, 3 plates. And those 3 plates were from the day before when I was doing 2-legged leg extensions, and that was difficult for me. And he started repping it out. I'm like, God damn, dude. No warm up, nothing. Just he started repping it out. He's like, yeah, it's a good weight. And so that's another little thing that, like, so that guy's all quad dominant, like all the cycling days, like, and you can see that's how it is. And that's another little, like, personal experience that I have to say that, man, your quads are shit. It's all ass and hamstrings for you, man, and lower back. Get a little bit of quads and make your life a little bit easier. I have to improve these lifts, man. That's where my mindset is now. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.